It's me, Angel Light Tarot 23. We're going to do a collective message. So, a reading that will resonate with everyone, just in a different way. Just depends on who you are, where you are, what types of things you deal with, how this reading will affect you. So, don't force anything to fit. If it doesn't fit, maybe later it will make sense. You know? Allow it to make sense. That. Right off the bat, I'm getting hot. Like my face is about to break out into a sweat. That's how hot I was getting all of a sudden. It's a sign. Things are heating up out there in some way. Well, let's see. I just turned the spirit talker on. They haven't said anything yet. Sometimes when I turn the spirit talker on, the spirits have stuff to say right away.
Belittling.
Took them a few minutes to say something. Maybe they were lost for words for a second. All right, to begin, we have Temperance. That is something to do with the divine flow of things. Sometimes the energy is more in your favor, and like people that are your soulmates or soul tribe, things are like more up for your team, and then on the back swish it will be the other side, like other soul tribes and stuff.
Blind.
Like things will be up for them. So it's not that just because they're having a great day versus you're having a bad day, it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It's naturally how the universe keeps things balanced. So we have somebody coming out of the other side of some stressful obstacles, like tired, like needing to take time to step back from things, to breathe for a little bit. Maybe there's some truths they need to like really digest, I feel like. Maybe they you know, took in these truths.
Don't be nervous.
And it kind of makes their stomach upset. So they need to either throw it up or, let it pass. We have some illusions that need to be sorted through. There's a message being delivered that makes somebody feel
It's time to talk.
a bit passionate about actually taking action when it comes to certain things. Like, they're thinking about how certain individuals juggle multiple priorities in order to get to certain goals and celebration checkpoints.
Brother.
And it's to deliver some kind of message. Is it necessary? I think that's the question. Maybe it's not so necessary. All the effort that they put in and the things that they could be doing instead, it's like not worth it. That's what I'm picking up. Give me 1 second. Let me grab a water. I have to close the vent in here because it just gets so hot.
Please stay back.
Alright. 10 Swords of Truth about a Two of Cups relationship.
She doesn't like visitors.
Knight of Cups. So somebody is thinking about taking action to express how they actually feel about somebody that they are friends with. If they want to put time and energy into this person as a friend or a family member even, or a romantic partner. This doesn't, just because it's Two of Cups and this card kind of looks romantical, it doesn't have to be. You know what I'm saying? Make it fit for your situation. We have 10 Swords of Truth around what somebody has gathered around this Two of Cups relationship. And everybody has their own feelings, their own opinions of how things should be. And then there's how the people they're talking about actually feel about relationships. And everybody, there's no way to actually know what's best for anyone else.
I'm here.
You kind of have to let them decide that for themselves, what's best for them. And if you don't listen when they express to you what it is you actually want, if they don't care, then they don't care about you at all. It is what it is. Do they actually care if you're happy? If they're saying, if that's their excuse, that they actually care about you, then they would be happy for you in whatever you are successful in doing. You know what I'm saying? So there's 10 truths about that, and I think somebody is feeling like maybe certain individuals don't actually care about how they feel. And that changes things dramatically, really. You stop caring all of a sudden, and it's like you detach yourself from burdens, like cut them off. You are a beautiful bush, and sometimes the branches grow out a little wild and crazy, and you need them to be, trimmed up.
Witness.
Keep it looking nice. You're like spiritual being, your spiritual house. You can think of it however you want. If you want to think of it as an actual spiritual house and you need to fucking like redo the siding and get new windows and fucking repaint that shit, whatever. You could just think of yourself as a beautiful bush with some fucking flowers on it. Probably more simple. I like to keep it more simple because it's hard to even find people that have common sense these days. So we have child endangerment issues and the vendetta. Somebody feeling different. Mm, you know,
She's here.
some people who do actually, factually do horrible things to children, they're very good at doing it. They they're usually doing it to children that are of their family and they have some kind of power and control over them. And it makes it hard for anyone to help children who are in a situation to where the caregiver is the abuser because the children don't even know what to say. It's hard to even think of questions to ask a child to bring out the things you would like them to feel comfortable expressing to you. If it's a tough situation, it's
My happy
hard for
place.
kids to talk about in general. And you don't want to be accused of putting things in their head because that is something that their abuser will do is accuse you of putting things in their head. So it's a very mental, narcissistic game we play with people who are actually factually abusers. Most oftentimes, people who are protectors and defenders will be accused of being something that's looked at negatively, like being an abuser, whatever, just because they're fighting back. They don't like the third party people. They don't see what it is that has these protectors and defenders fired up and ready to go to war with these abusers because these abusers are so good at being the wolf in sheep's clothing. So it's certain things, it's over time, it's like consistency over time that you figure out where the strong points are of the behavior cycle. Like
I'll affect you.
these abusers have a cycle that works for them. So if you can figure out what it is about the cycle that they have, like where you can like break the cycle, a strong point to break the cycle, then you can stop the abuse little by little. chisel at it. So that can't happen if nobody is aware of it. So somebody's waking up to that. And as you wake up to that, and then you have these 10 swords of truth weighing heavy upon you, it makes you feel angry. It makes you want revenge. It makes you want to find the solutions now, you know? It's stressful.
Guidance.
So you do have to kind of take time to step back so you don't go too far yourself. This is where it's like that's the kind of point that gets somebody to go out there and fucking start shooting shit up. Like that many swords of truth coming into them.
Presence.
That changes. So we have a Queen of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. A Queen of Cups rules with heart and is nurturing. And then Ace of Pentacles energy. So it's like abundance and prosperity, gifts from the divine. When it comes to family. So being like the nurturer of a team, a family. Had a little burp there. Burps to me always mean compliments to the spiritual chef because we're always
200 years
cooking
ago.
up greatness for ourselves to where other people are cooking up disaster and chaos and other stuff like drugs. But we have be careful when keeping your enemies too close because you can find yourself in a lion's den. Sometimes abusers will, actually oftentimes, abusers will call the police first and act like they're the victim. So this is where police get confused. They're like, who's really the victim here? Because you both sound crazy. Because the situation's heated every time they show up. Everybody the cops talk to sounds crazy. Because it's always a crazy moment when they get called. To be a good officer, you have to know that. You have to put yourself in the shoes of the person you're talking to.
I can use my voice.
And not a lot of officers are good at doing that. They think they can just, take the imaginary rule book they got in their hand and slap you with it, and you're both just gonna go be quiet and sit in the corner and not call them again. So yeah, these abusers, they'll call. They think they got the cops on their side. Until
many other souls.
There's that breaking point. You figure out how to expose the truth. Then it's a new game. We have the earth energy. Lessons of groundedness, financial stability, mother of all things solid, lessons of strength, persistence, and reliability. Where there's a will, there's a way. I feel like is what Earth is wanting us to remember. Earth also works with God. Earth knows what the Bible says. The spirit of Earth uses your eyes when you're reading the Bible. We have the World
Someone's
card.
coming.
So closing out of some cycles. I feel like that's happening. That's where this Ten of Swords energy is coming from. This helps close out cycles and move forward. What doesn't kill you makes you
Leg.
stronger. So forward movement here. The Chariot after this closeout of the cycle. Confirming what I'm saying. It's time to clean up the branches. Seven of Swords energy. Because some things just aren't meant for you. When your branches are growing crazy, whatever's on certain ends of the branches that's sticking out and looking crazy, that's what you don't need. As soon as my eyebrows start growing back in a little bit, just get rid of that shit.
Hypothermia.
As soon as I start to notice, you know. We have Six of Pentacles. You have to keep it balanced. If you're thinking of yourself as a bush right now and what your branches may look like, your spiritual house, and you're feeling like it's getting out of hand, that's probably why you feel unbalanced. You need to feel more fresh in your energy, not just on the outside. Like how you feel inside will start to show outwardly. Your mind is very powerful. I have myself been watching Reiki videos. I found ow, I hunched over too much in this chair. My back is starting to kill me. I've been watching Alchemy Healing with this lady named Owa, and she's pretty good. And then there's the Farm D Healer.
The children
TikTok.
are listening.
I even watch his shorts videos and feel the energy and the healing right away. I don't feel that with all people I watch. Those two are very good at what they do. At the bottom of the deck, that was like surface issues. What shows up at the top of the deck? At the bottom of the deck, we have Fortune Cookie.
You should dig here.
Manifesting. Yeah, what's their overall goals really? That's the question. Focus to the details because the answers are in between the lines. What are they not saying? You can ask certain questions and people will avoid giving you answers. They'll act like they didn't hear you or whatever. That's an answer in itself. I always take little mental notes or little side notes, put in my pocket for later. You know, when you start putting the puzzle pieces together yourself, it can be kind of heartbreaking. The actions start speaking louder than the words.
Contact.
somebody just feels like things could have been different. And it's heartbreaking that somebody is so careless. They're so dark internally that it's very depressing, really. As somebody's walking away from these visions, that's
in your
really
hand?
what bothers them. It brings on a lot of anger. And the fact that people collaborate to do this together, like it's not just one evil person, it's like everybody's agreeing to be evil together. It's fucking sick.
Stabbed.
In the back. Looks like somebody just had a way of getting people to do what they'd like them to do at the crossroads every time. Like they would talk them out of choosing what's best for themselves. Somebody wants somebody to just die. Looks like. Somebody needs love. We have incest and odd beliefs. Something to do with Australia. Somebody who's 25 to 34. Family feuds. Energetic victories. So it's like little personal victories.
Healing.
Everybody celebrates with themselves about different shit every day. What are you celebrating? What are your intentions on a daily basis? Some people don't have good intentions. They're selfish, self-centered. Always wanting to see how somebody's going to make it out of the struggle. Instead of giving them a hand and helping them along like a real friend does, they throw in more obstacles than life naturally already has put in the way for someone. It's disastrous and devastating and horrible. So, we'll leave that here. Looks like fate is changing because that's being illuminated. So, there's that.
Are you recording?
Yes, I am, Spirit. I may be back on later. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, make sure you subscribe. Bye.